Good evening, YouTube. This is Man to Man, A to Z, and I'm going to be continuing to talk to you this evening about nutrition. My wife and I started a couple of nights ago, and yesterday I continued, and we're going to continue a little bit more today, only because a lot of people's health are bad. A lot of people have a lot of illnesses. A lot of people worried about their health care coverage, worrying about their family being able to afford health care in the future. So there's a lot of dealing with health right now, health issues. So I want to talk to you about nutrition and health. My name is Pastor Burns, or Pastor Leonard. My wife can be seen on Naturally For Us, and sometimes I accompany her there. And as I mentioned before, we have a ministry called Bible Application Ministries. If you want to go to BibleApplicationMinistry.org, then you can watch some of our broadcasts there. Anyway, as far as nutrition goes, I want to read a quote. I told you I love famous quotes by famous people and successful people. So I want to read one to you, and then we'll get started with what I have for this evening. Okay. It says, "It is your responsibility in the final analysis to overcome ignorance. This can only be accomplished if you remain receptive and teachable." I'm going to read that again. It is your responsibility in the final analysis to overcome ignorance. This can only be accomplished if you remain receptive and teachable. I like that quote because so many people, you can't tell them anything. They think they know it all. You know, obviously they don't know it all. Nobody knows it all. But a lot of people are ignorant in the areas of health, nutrition, and what to eat, and they remain that way. You know, I'm not calling anybody names. You know, we're all ignorant of something. Me, I'll tell you what I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant of video games. I don't know the slightest thing about video games. You know, so I'm ignorant in that area. So everybody's ignorant in certain areas. So it's all right to be ignorant, but you shouldn't want to remain ignorant. You know, when you are ignorant and you want to remain ignorant, then I call that being stupid. Okay? So that's stupidity, being ignorant and don't care about being ignorant. But I think a lot of people are ignorant in a lot of areas, so I want to help you in the area of nutrition and health. I do a lot of counseling in that area. I have my degree in that area. And before I even got a degree, most of what I learned in school I already knew before I even got a degree. But just for the credibility sake, I got the degree, because some people, you know, they don't want to listen to you unless they figure you know what you're talking about. And a degree to them means you know. That doesn't necessarily mean that, but anyway. So we need to remain teachable. So I want to teach you some things about health and nutrition. You know, our grandparents or our parents, depending on our age, most of you that are viewing this are probably, I would say, between 20 and maybe 50 or 60. So we'll just say your grandparents. They understood eating properly, because a lot of the foods they ate came directly from the farms to them, and some of them grew their own foods. Okay, but the modern society, they don't know anything about growing foods, and they just basically eat what's in the supermarket. A lot of children don't know where food comes from. You ask a child where food comes from, and they'll say from the supermarket, because they really don't know where it originated from. You know, a lot of children don't. So we need to understand what we're eating and eat the right things. We talked about organic foods before. I'm not going to get into organic foods, but I will say you need to eat properly and eat right. Okay, and if you eat right, then you can live, and you can live a long life, because God built the body to resist diseases and resist illnesses. Most of the illnesses we have today are caused by either side effects from medications, or by eating the wrong foods, or eating the wrong foods in the wrong combination, or eating foods that have a lot of chemicals and a lot of additives and preservatives and things in the food. Okay, when you grow your own foods, you don't have to put preservatives on the food, because it goes right from your backyard or right from your garden, or maybe you have a patio with pots. You can call that your garden, but it goes right from there, right to your table, right into your stomach. And of course, there's no preservatives. And if you grow organically, where you don't have to put pesticides or anything like that on your food, then you're getting fresh food and you're getting nutrients right into your body. And if you do that, your body will be healthy and you will not get sick in the first place. But if you do get sick, then there are things you can do. You can take herbal medicines. There's all kind of herbal medicines for everything. If anybody's interested in herbal medicines for different things, you can always email me, and then I'll tell you what we do and what our family has done, you know. And so anyway, as far as nutrition and health goes, there's 2 or 3 key things that you really need to do and need to know. And that's, one is death begins in the colon. Death begins in the colon. So if you keep your colon clean, okay, you keep your intestinal tract clean, you eliminate on a regular basis, keep your digestive system clean, then you will avoid a lot of the problems that are associated with old age, because old age begins in the colon. Okay. Another thing to keep clean is your bloodstream. Try to keep your bloodstream as clean as you can, and you can do that by eating less fats, less salts, and just basically eating a good balanced diet, a lot of fruits, a lot of nutritions. What fruits do is fruits cleanse the body. That's what fruits and fruit juices cleanse the body. Vegetable and vegetable juices build the body. So one cleanses and one builds, okay? So we need to have a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables in our diet. And we need to eat less meats, okay? Then if we do eat meats, then we need to not fry our meats, because when you fry, then you're getting the wrong kind of fats, which then leads to hardening of the arteries, high cholesterol, you know, clogged arteries, fat deposits all over the body. And all that comes from eating fried foods and the wrong kind of oils, okay? So try to stay away from fried foods. Try to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Try to drink a lot of water so you can eliminate, okay? And as far as elimination goes, you should eliminate the same number of times daily as you eat. And I'm not talking about if you snack all day long, but I'm talking about your basic meals. So if you eat 2 full meals a day, you should eliminate twice a day. If you eat 3 full meals a day, which most Americans do, then you should be eliminating 3 times a day. So for every meal that goes in, there should be an elimination of the prior meal. Okay, and that's how you keep your system clean. If you don't keep your system clean, then what happens is you set up a condition called autointoxification, where your body gets backed up with sludge, gets backed up with waste, and it's similar to a plumber coming into your home telling you your toilet is stopped up, and do you want him to clean it? And of course you say yes, okay? Because if you don't, it's going to back up into your bathroom, and you're going to have all kind of waste everywhere. So you don't want that. But we have waste in our system. So we need to be our own plumbers. We need to make sure we keep our systems clean. Because if you don't, it backs up into your system and starts poisoning your whole system. And your whole body can get poisoned just because you don't eliminate properly. And you have an impacted, what's called an impacted colon. And the more waste builds up in your colon, then the walls of the colon become packed with fecal matter, and then the opening becomes smaller and smaller. And as that happens, then you get more and more impacted. It's harder and harder for you to digest and assimilate your food, and it's harder and harder for you to eliminate. And that's what's happening in most people today. Okay, a lot of waste in the system. Most people have pounds and pounds of waste in the system. I mentioned this on a broadcast maybe 6 months or a year ago. I don't know. I'm going to mention it again because it's very important. But they said when they did the autopsy on John Wayne, everybody knows who John Wayne was, you know, a great actor. But when John Wayne died, they said when they did the autopsy on him, they found out that he had 75 pounds of fecal matter in his intestines, in his upper and lower intestines. You know, you have an upper intestine, lower intestine. One's about 12 feet long, the other one about 30 feet long. Okay, so he had 75 pounds of waste in his fecal matter, in his system. I'm sorry, fecal matter in his system, which means that if he could have eliminated all of that, he would have lost 75 pounds. Okay, so that's just him, his situation. But that is a lot of people's problems, especially if you don't eliminate every day. Okay, so you figure you eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. So that's 21 meals. Well, some people only eliminate once a day. Well, if you eliminate once a day, that means after 7 days, you've eliminated 7 meals. So there's 14 meals still in your system just from that week. So if you go on week after week eliminating once per day, then every week you're gaining 14 meals in your system. That's accumulated waste. So everyone who has a weight issue, I guarantee you, there's an elimination problem. And if there's an elimination problem, then just cleaning the colon you'll eliminate a lot of pounds. Okay, so you want to keep your colon clean, your digestive system clean, and you want to keep your bloodstream clean. Okay, so that's the key. If you'll do that, you won't have to worry about sicknesses. And you don't want to go into the hospital, because when you go into the hospital, a lot of people go into the hospital, they check in for one thing and they don't check out. Okay, because if they find anything, they're going to deal with it. And if they look hard enough, they're going to find something, because most people are eating the standard American diet and are taking all kinds of medication. There are people that are on 15, 20 different medications, and they all have their own individual side effects. So I mean, you got serious issues going on in your life, plus the cost of buying all of those prescriptions. So it's really a mess. So you need to take care of your health. It's very important. Don't leave it to the doctors. Don't leave it to any so-called expert. You take care of it yourself, or at least check on it yourself. Be aware of your own body and what's going on in your system, so that if you get sick, you'll know what the problem is yourself. You don't have to go to someone and ask them, well, what's this or what's that? Because you know what you did or what you didn't do. And you need to educate yourself on these things. Shows like this will educate you. There's a lot of people that come on YouTube that are into the health field, the nutrition, especially holistic nutrition, that can give you information on your health. So you need to get informed, because you are your most important customer. You should be, because your health is key. It's vital. It's vital to you existing and surviving. We've buried so many people. As ministers, we have to do funerals. We've buried so many people that we tried to tell them about eating and how to take care of this and watch this medication and all. We tried to tell them, but they just couldn't listen. We wind up burying them and doing the eulogy over them. And it's sad, I'm really kind of getting tired of doing it. But all I can do is just keep telling people, and whoever can pick up on it, fine. If you want to remain ignorant in that area, that's fine too, unfortunately. And I hate to say that, but anyway, as far as growing your food, it's easy to grow your foods. You can start off by just growing 2 or 3 things. Tomatoes are very easy to grow. And even if you don't have that much time, the plants will take care of themselves. All you got to do is give them a little water and give them a little fertilizer from time to time. And if you use fertilizer, of course, organic fertilizer, Miracle Grow or something like that. And just occasionally water them when they need it, and with a little fertilizer maybe once a week, and you'll be surprised at the amount of food that you get from one seed, even the crop that you'll get. And it's real easy to maintain. I suggest everybody do that. Grow your own food so you can really taste what food tastes like, because you have no idea what food tastes like unless you've grown your own, or you buy locally grown organic foods that are freshly picked right to your table and right to your plate, right into your system. Okay, so you need to do that, everyone. So grow some tomatoes, very easy to grow. Squash, very easy to grow. Beans and peas, very easy to grow. There's a lot of things that are just very easy to grow. Corn is a little more tougher. You got to really work the soil. Potatoes and things like that, you got to really work your soil. But there are a lot of things that are real easy to grow, and you need to get started, because if you grow a few things, I guarantee you the next season and the next year, or if you're living in Southern California like we are, you just have one continuous growing season. Actually, you will start growing more and more things each and every year until you are supplying half the needs of your body right from your own garden. You don't have to go to the store to do that. So I'm really concerned about your health. You should be concerned about your health, because you want to keep your bloodstream clean, and you want to keep your colon, your digestive system clean. As far as keeping your bloodstream clean, there are a lot of herbs that you can use, that we've used to clean our bloodstream. Dandelion is very good. It's considered a weed, but it's an excellent cleanser. Hyssop is another good cleanser for the body that'll help you keep your bloodstream clean. So anyway, grow your own food, eat right, watch your health, and hopefully you will live a long and prosperous life. So be blessed. Thanks for tuning in. I hope